Hey guys, my name is Kayam Rochester. I am a heavy metal guitar player, currently based in Los Angeles, California, and this is a little bit of an experiment. Those of you who know me, anybody, if you're already following me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, you might have noticed lately I've been posting a little more music-related stuff, some clips of some music I've been working on and things like that. And I just thought it might be fun to pull the curtain back a little farther and really invite you into my journey and my process. In the event that it is either interesting, maybe inspirational, if there's anything you can draw from it to help inform your own musical journey, I'd be happy to share that with you. Partly because that's where a lot of my inspiration and motivation comes from. There are people that I watch, people that I admire, that have shared their process publicly, that have given me some tips and some tricks and really allowed me to improve my musicianship and my creative process. So I figured, why not put myself out there, see if I can do the same for anybody else. So, what are we working on? I am currently in the process of recording and producing a full-length album. I'm going to be doing it all DIY here in my home studio. I've got a body of material. I've got 11 tracks, about 65 minutes worth of material that all tie into a larger body of work that I'll be continuing to work on. There's a story, there's a whole concept and a theme behind it all, which I'll get into in a later installation. For now, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself, give you a little bit of a sense of who I am, where I'm coming from, and see if that can be useful to you. So I'm going to preface everything else you're going to get from me with this. I am not the world's most phenomenal guitar player. I am not some uber shredder. I'm not a sponsored YouTube celebrity or anything like that. I didn't go to music school. I have been playing guitar for most of my adult life, since I was an early teenager. It's always been a passion. It's something I've really poured a lot of my heart and soul into. I took lessons for a long time. I do have somewhat of a theory background, but my approach to writing and composing and performing music is pretty organic. It's pretty intuitive. When I'm writing, I'm almost never thinking of modes and scales and chord voicings and things like that, as much as I'm thinking of shapes and textures and colors and story. Like as I said, the material I'm working on now, it tells a particular story. And so when I'm writing material, I'm thinking, what does it sound like when this part of the story is going on? What kind of texture do I need to create? What sort of shape is going to feel good for me to be able to land on with my hands that expresses the feeling that I'm trying to convey? So that's kind of a little bit of my ideology, which might be interesting to some of you if you are of a similar variety. I watch a lot of guitar players that I admire, either their video stuff or listening to their music. And the things that tend to strike me, the things I gravitate toward the most, are those musicians who their material resonates with me at a level of, oh, I get it. I understand how you would write or compose or express that idea. It doesn't always mean I can pull off their technique or I have the same, I write the same material as these people that I hear, but things like that I can really connect with are what have really contributed to my musicianship over the years. So, perhaps you'll find some of that in what I have to put out there, maybe, maybe not. I'll also give you a little bit of my journey in the actual recording process, because I'm self-taught in that regard, but I've learned quite a bit over the last several years, and so maybe can give you some good shortcuts and workarounds or just useful tips. So, cool. Glad to have you here. Hopefully this becomes something fun that we can all participate in. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, negative, positive, whatever, there's always a comment box on YouTube, right? Feel free to let me have it with both barrels. And we'll see you on the other side. Next installment, I'll kind of walk you through my gear, my setup here, the software that I'm using, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll dive into it. So, cool. Thanks for being here.